What's up, y'all? It's your boy DJ Killzown Jones. Remember the name or remember your lane. And today we got another Killzown Interviews for y'all. Here with the beautiful Ebony Symone, aka Verbal Ebony. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good, good. So Ebony, kind of tell the people at home if they're not familiar with you a little bit about yourself. What you do, where you from, what you represent.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Ebony Symone. I also have some different handles where I go by VerballyEbony as well. But a little bit about myself. I'm from Savannah, and I'm currently living in Atlanta, Georgia, where I am working on my own home online business. And I got started in that. Really just trying to figure out different ways to bring in income. And I know, like I love to I love to speak, so I love to write, all those things. So I was trying to figure out a way where I can leverage all of that. I also have found a passion of health and fitness. I've been on this journey for the last 6 years or so. I'm just really paying more attention to the way I treat myself, my body, and trying to get away from, harsh chemicals, the way we eat, especially as a Southerner. I eat terribly, or I used to. So that's really kind of, and that among like different health, family health issues and stuff that have come up has really pushed me to be very much more mindful of the things that I'm using on my body, putting in my body, and just being a much more active person or adult in general. um so I guess, yeah, that's a little bit about me. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, yeah. So you mentioned being down south, like in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
How is the culture as far as health and fitness? Down there, like what, like because you mentioned that what was like the turning point for you when you decided, hey, I want to get I want to get healthy. I want to not only get healthy for myself, but to help people get healthy because everybody, we get close to the holiday season where
Mm-hmm.
everybody is pigging out, everybody
Exactly.
is getting their grub on. It's time to Thanksgiving is upon us, so everybody is getting ready to converge and go eat and celebrate with their loved ones, and then come January, everybody is at the gym, everybody is New Year has New Year's resolutions, body goals, and all of those things. So, like, what um, what was the turning point for you that made you change, your health and your lifestyle for the better?
The turning point for me was I actually I lost both grandmothers, both of my grandmothers, my paternal and my maternal grandmother, within like the last 6 years. Like I said, I started almost 6 years ago. Um, the first grandmother that I lost, she had like high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, and all those things definitely run in that side of my family, and that's my paternal side. My other grandmother passed away 2 years ago, and she passed away from cancer. Um, Now, both of those things or all of those types of, I guess, diagnosis can be
Uh oh,
hello.
we lost your yeah, we lost your video though.
Uh-oh, let's see. Uh-oh.
There you
Okay,
go.
there we go. I
Mm.
probably
Oh, lost it again. Hold on.
Uh-oh. It's coming. Hold on.
Okay, y'all, we experienced a little technical difficulties, but we right there. 1 second. Um, and while we waiting, y'all want to be on Killzown interviews, just hit me up. Um, Subscribe, hit the notifications bell, send me a message. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe for the one time. Share this video. Make sure you get the notification bell so you can tell when I upload and go live. So, in 1 second, I'm gonna do this right quick. There we go.
Oh, wow. Sorry about that.
No, that's good. I mean, when we do these things, technical difficulties can and will arise. So it's all good. So
okay. Sorry guys. So yeah, so just back to it. So those when I learned that both of them were sick, the first time I was like, okay, so I know I need to probably cut down on fried foods, processed foods and stuff like that. And those are things, like you said, the holidays are coming up. That's pretty much what we eat. Especially coming from like a super southern background. My family cooks with tremendous amounts of oils, butter,
grease,
sugar, grease. I mean, everything is fried, dyed, laid to the side. Like that is so true. And then just growing up with my maternal grandmother, who actually passed away from cancer. Sugar is a major cause of cancer, eating too much sugar. And of course, I didn't say this to like family, like, oh, she passed because of what she ate. But at the end of the day, like when I look back at the way she, how she lived her life and the things that she ate, she was a huge baker. So anytime you put something in the oven, pretty much it's probably going to take some sugar. And I mean, cakes, cupcakes, cookies, anything you could think of, that's what she baked. And that's what she ate. So when I really took just kind of took an inventory on my life and the things that I was doing and the things that I was following, I realized, there's a trend. There's a trend in me, in my family, and in my life personally. And there's a trend amongst other, African Americans or, Black people, whatever you want to call yourselves. But we eat horribly compared to our counterparts. And, that stems from, just slavery and us receiving, like the food that they didn't want. So we had to figure out a way to make it taste good. And the only way to make it taste good is to add all this crap into it. So for me, I just had to kind of pull away from that. Luckily, I don't live in the same city as all of my family, so I'm not being subjected to only eating this type of food. When I go home, I'm able to, create my own menu and cook the way that I know is the better way. So really, it's just starting there. And I think what most people don't realize with health and fitness, you can work out all day, you can eat healthy as much as you want to, but it really boils down to your mindset. So like, there is the psychological situation that we have with food is detrimental. And that's really where I started. So from the loss of the first grandmother kind of got my gears going a little bit. And then the loss of the second grandmother, who was the cook, and they were both pretty young. It was like, okay, something's got to give. And it was really just, I had to take a step back and really look at the types of food that I was consuming and how it made me feel and how attached I was to it. So I had to look there.
So once you got into your healthy lifestyle, how, like, because we're all, I mean, I don't know about you, like your age or whatever. And I'm old school, so I don't just run up, hey, how old are you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you in your 20s. I'm in my 20s or early 30s or whatever. So, we live nowadays, because a lot of us are, first or second generation college students. Nowadays, a lot of us are, getting out. A lot of us are just now getting into like corporate jobs or careers in entrepreneurship. Maybe first, second generation, and a lot of us are starting something completely new. So, was that a challenge for you when you decided that, hey, I want to, eat better, do better? Like, what was that a challenge for you at first? Like, how hard is it for you? Because a lot of people, they see you know, the before and the after pictures, but they don't know
The
what
struggle.
happened exactly. Yeah.
Um, honestly, like I'm still battling. You know what I mean? I'm still fighting the urges and the cravings. Um, because it's difficult, especially, you know, and just, you know, I guess how you're talking about age. I'm 27.
Mm.
And so for the first, let's say 22 years of my life, I ate what was put on my plate. And then when I wasn't at home, I looked for things that resembled the food that I ate at home. Um, so I mean, it took it's still a challenge because, you know, you don't, it takes 2 weeks, you know what I mean, they say, to form a new habit, and like a month to break one. And I don't really think that's true. I think it takes longer than that because it takes a lot of willpower and a lot of, you know, self-developing and a lot of just educating yourself, as far as like what really is, you know, the type of nutrients and the things that you should be consuming. And for me, like I have a terrible sweet tooth.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times I find myself trying to supplement with like fruits and vegetables. And that really, or not fruits, not vegetables, but like fruits, it's hard for me still, because I still want the cake, the cheesecake, the cookies, and, you know, the ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I mean, it is difficult, but it's mental at the same time. So it's like, even though I'm craving that and that's what I want, my wants are never going to feed what I need in life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't learn how to destroy that mindset, then I'm going to be a slave to it. And
Mm-hmm.
most people don't realize that, you know, we are slaves to food. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you go up and down the road every day and you see more restaurants than anything else. You know, there's
Yep.
more restaurants than there are gyms. There are more fast food restaurants than there are juice bars.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that are keeping us from flourishing and being able to step into something new. And for me, the fitness and health journey created a space for me to even think that I can be an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I can say no to me, then, you know, that, if, or I can control my wants and, you know, just kind of break down what my true habits are and be honest with myself, then I'll really start to find out what my strengths and my weaknesses are and be able to work on those things.
Okay, Emmy. So tell me about your company. Tell me about when you got started. You know, the hurdles of being an entrepreneur and things of that nature.
So I got started with my company, which is It Works, which is a health, beauty, and wellness, also a lifestyle company. So we sell over 40 different products, ranging from, you know, weight loss, weight gain, if you, you know, facial products to help you clear your face, those things, and just different, any kind, like, I don't know. I mean, everything that you can think of, I have
Mm.
it. And so the way that I guess, gotten into it was just the journey itself. And I'm sorry, I feel like I'm over the place. Could you ask me the question again?
Hmm. So when you started, so you went It Works. So you know
Yeah.
is that your company? Did you develop it, or are you?
Okay. I got you. No, it's not my company that I developed. I'm a brand ambassador for it.
Okay.
So it is a multi-level marketing company. So those familiar with network marketing, you know, or just word of mouth sales, direct sales, that's exactly what it is. So I use the products on myself, and that's how I found the products, from a friend actually. And I started using the products, and I was like, you know, like, let me try this. This is something new. We have a product called the Greens, which is a way to get your fruits and vegetables 34 servings a day. It helps with energy balance, and it's also like a gentle detox. So I wanted to, you know, add that into like my daily routine after I had seen so many different results by it and reviews. So I reached out to this friend, and she said, "Sure, you know, I'll send you some so you can try it." I tried it. I loved it, and I saw instant results I saw results instantly. So that really sparks my interest in, okay, you know, I have had this entrepreneurship bug for the longest time. I haven't been too successful in trying to put together my own business. And honestly, I didn't even know where I wanted to go. But I know the passion really is health and fitness and my own personal journey. And why not try to pursue that? Because this opportunity is here. It's available. It's a small startup cost opposed to if I was starting my own business from scratch, I would be out, you know, probably thousands of dollars versus this was 99 bucks. And my goal is to, or my job is to just use the products, show my personal results, and give honest reviews. You know, it's really no different from when you see people that are, you know, promoting just different products on Instagram or Facebook saying, hey, buy this, use my code. The difference is I'm actually a product of the product. And I'm using these products every single day. And I mean, over the last almost 5 months that I've been doing this, I've seen tremendous growth in myself, and that makes me happy and proud. So that way, now I really want to share it with everybody.
And see, that right there is, you know, the reason that I reached out to you, because I see so many, and it's not to slight or put no other sisters down, but I see the flat tummy tees, the other companies that they get somebody that's just got a huge following.
Exactly.
And they don't, you know, they're not necessarily even using the product. They just putting it out there because they might be a fresh face or they might have a lot of followers. Like you, I went down your whole timeline. I went back from the beginning and looked, and I saw, okay, you know, she's actually using this product. She's actually working out. She's out there with the people. You know, it's not like, you know, you can tell when somebody is you know, is getting paid just to tell you, hey, and that's, you know, that's the next question. Like, how hard was it for you when you started working for It Works as a brand ambassador? Because it's different than just a reseller. You know, people, like I said, flat tummy tea, a lot of sisters in the community, you know Avon and stuff like that. And, you know, you can tell when somebody is actually using Avon products as opposed to, or flat tummy tea, and just selling it. So what was your hurdles when you first started selling for the company? And you know, was it hard for you when you first started? What were the tactics or the tips of the trade, if you don't mind? Because, you know,
no. Well, first I will say this: like I was one of those girls that was intimidated, especially by like IG models and, you know, the way that they looked and things of that nature. But when I started taking more, you know, inventory and stock in my own personal life, I had to separate myself and realize, you know, the women who are promoting, you know, and I won't put any of those companies down or anything, but the women who are promoting these teas and, you know, that kind of get skinny today type of situations, like you said, they have massive following. It's no different from a Walmart. You know what I'm saying? It's no different from like a KFC or something. Do you really believe that the people who own KFC are eating KFC every day or even eat it at all? Probably not. You know, the people who own Walmart do not shop there. So for me, when I saw Instagram models who were already like slim, I mean, extremely slim, thick type waist, and they're promoting this tea, I'm like, there's no way that you yourself are using this tea that only costs 20 bucks and you make hundreds of thousands of dollars. There's probably something extra that you're doing, whether you're working out, receiving some type of surgery or whatever. It's just not realistic. And I had to, you know, kind of take a step back and, like I said, take inventory in my life and be like, hey, Ebony, you know, this is not true. It's fake. It's not real. So when I got started with It Works, like I said, it was really me seeing the results of somebody that I knew personally. And I've actually worked with this individual and I hung out with this individual and we lost touch a little bit. But when I saw her results and I'm like, okay, and it took me actually 4 months to say yes to the opportunity. And I saw her results and I was like, you know what? I want to try that too. Let me try it. So she sent me just 2 packs just to say, hey, just try it. And like I said, I loved it. And I said, well, you know, let me just try it and try to promote it at the same time. So, and as time went on, I'd say within the first month after I was really using the products and I really, really started to see the real life difference, I was like, okay, I got to call all of my aunties, all my cousins, family, everybody. Everybody that I knew personally. And for me, that was actually where it got even more difficult because for some reason, it just is what it is. But people who know you and who've known you for years do not buy from you.
Mm-hmm.
You know I mean, and I don't know if you've experienced that, you know, in your career as a DJ. I don't know if it's hard to get the people that you know and you've been knowing to like follow you, watch you, promote you, you know, share something of yours. But for me, it's been like pulling teeth. As if you don't know me, you don't know my character, or you know, like you don't know that I'm an honest person and that I don't stand behind a lot of things. But the moment I say, you know what, I really do like this product and it's really working for me and I stand behind it, is the moment you say, pump the brakes, Ebony's tripping. She's in this scheme and she's just trying to get me to join so she can take my money and, you know, or she's lying, she's not really getting those results, she's doing something extra. But when your favorite IG model or your celebrity said, hey, buy this tea, you jump right on it. You don't even know that person. You know me. So for me, it was really just really just understanding that even though I have a large family, I have a decent amount of friends, I can't look to them and I also can't expect them to support me. That was the hardest part for me. And once I understood that, that's when I really took to social media. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to create a new network of friends and really just start putting myself out there and actually getting to know people. You know, I met a mom online and we just started having conversations. And truly, the only reason I really only commented because I thought her son was the most adorable kid ever. So I'm like, oh, he's so cute. Conversation began. 2 months down the line, she's now one of my loyal customers, and she absolutely loves my products because we built that rapport, and she trusts me. And now, you know, she's able to receive that. But when it comes to my family, the people who've known me for years and know my heart and know, you know, that I'm really trying to not sell you something because I'm making money off of it. Because believe it or not, I do still have a full-time job that's supplying me. I just think this is a great opportunity for anybody who's looking to make a little extra or lose something extra. You know what I'm saying? So it's a win-win. And that part was hard for me. And once I got out of that state of needing that support, it's been, I mean, it's been a really, really cool transition and experience for me professionally and personally. So.
I mean, you know, and that's a conversation that you know we need to have in the Black community.
Yeah, we don't support one another.
We don't, and then you know everything that's going on with the laws and immigration and the tax reform. Like we gotta start getting together. Brothers need to get together with the brothers. Sisters need to get together with the sisters. We need to have real. We all need to get together.
Exactly.
The young, the old, the men, the women, the children, because then we can stop. You know, some of the things that's going on. That's powerful that you say that because you know, I mean, I've definitely experienced it, and I don't expect. You know, you know, me doing, you know, going from DJing to, you know, from DJing and doing parties and things to DJing online to YouTubing to, you know, doing the interviews and, you know, video game reviews and everything else. I learned, you know, early that, you know, your family is going to be your biggest, I'm not going to say hater, they're going to be your biggest doubter.
Yes.
And, you know, they're going to doubt it until they start seeing the actual results.
Exactly.
Or the dividends. They're going to doubt it. They're going to, you know, and
I
then.
don't want nothing to do with it. But when those checks start rolling in, it's like, hey,
Yeah. So I mean, and more important than that, more important than what you, like I said, more important than the money, it's just you transform your life and your lifestyle, and that's more important than the money, because I've seen so many people that have money that their health decline, and that money can't save your life. Your money.
Exactly.
My aunt passed from cancer. I had other family members pass from different illnesses as well, and they were all well off people, like that had hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars, but that money cannot save your life. So, what are some of the things that you're looking to accomplish, with It Works, and then, you as a personality? Because I see that, that other entities, and even with if you're doing your own vlogs and everything. I know you just started the YouTube, but I see big things ahead of you, because
Oh,
walk
thank
it
you.
you welcome. You walk it like you talk it, and your inspiration. I can see you being an inspiration, a positive one, because we got all these negative and stereotypical. I ain't gonna even say negative, because it's
Yeah.
stereotypical.
Yeah.
Images of black women, and what are your goals for the future?
So my goal right now is to continue, just working on myself and my personal journey. With my self development. Like I'm reading different books. I used to be a romance novel Zane reader. Like I used to just be engulfed in those books, but now like I said, in order to get things you've never had, you really do have to do things you've never done. And for me, I've never really picked up a book on business, or a book on self-development, or self-help, or mental illness and health, because those are things that are just like taboo within our community. um, so I've just decided to, just do something different, and even with my social media, I've had to take stock in that. I've deleted every person who, if you've said one negative thing, especially since I've, started this journey over the last couple of years, you're gone. And I don't care if it's just a venting session, or you just had a weak moment. I don't want that type of energy around me. I want to be surrounded by people who are, like-minded. So that's the first thing, for me in
Mm,
this, and that's my first goal.
mm,
As far as It Works is concerned, I just want to keep sharing, the wealth of knowledge that I've gained, as far as, the way I can live, how I can live. Like I used to think that, $100,000 a year was like my meal ticket. And since I've been in this business, I have personally met women just like me, who have the same problems and issues just like me, who lack the confidence that I lacked, the same as me, that are making six figures a month. They look like me. Their hair is like mine. You know what I mean? We get the side eye when we wear the fro. They have this. They've come from the same background as I have. And I mean, some of these women were CPAs. I know I've met a lawyer who used to be a lawyer and is now a network marketer, because we find that everything that we were told, and not everything, but I'd say like 90% of the things that we were told from children through high school up until college was lies.
mm,
Especially when it comes to, women in business, women in entrepreneurship, black
mm,
women in entrepreneurship. Those things it never occurred to me that I could actually own my own company.
mm,
So It Works is giving me that platform to step out in front of an audience that I normally would hide behind. Or, I wouldn't feel confident enough to say, what's the difference between Oprah and me? It's not
mm,
much difference. The difference really is that she decided to take action when somebody said, "Hey, you have a nice speaking voice." She didn't just say, "Okay, that's fine. I'll just settle and go be a teacher and speak in front of a class of 30." She decided, "No, I'm going to take my voice and I'm going to self-develop myself and speak in front of 30 million people every day."
mm.
And it was just that action behind finding that passion and somebody, even if somebody's not telling you that you're great at these things, but understanding that you are.
Mm,
So It Works has given me that platform to really do that, and to, like I said, step in front of, an audience I otherwise would not have. As far as the future with It Works, I'm hoping to build my following, build my team. I am looking for some distributors to come work with me where I can coach them and train them and, teach them how to be successful in this business and also successful in life and in their personal endeavors. So It Works it's a platform for me to step on because ultimately I do want to have my own business where, it's a consulting firm, whether it's for branding, content, just a motivational speaker, something I've always wanted to do, which is why I started the YouTube channel because I feel like I do have something to say. But again, the problem is the taking action. So, and I'm learning more to say yes to things that are going to elevate me, saying no to things that don't matter. So it's just that balance is what I'm continuing to try to grow upon. So I really do feel like It Works can really get me there. And then once I'm there, I want this business to literally be on autopilot. And I want to be trending upwards to where you see me in Forbes somewhere doing other things and, just teaching women that how they can be successful in business. One passion that I do hope to turn into a legitimate business as far as like motivational speaking. I don't really necessarily want to just speak to just people like me all the time. I actually want to get in there and speak to big businesses about morality because I've always been and still am that employee that is like, okay, that's wrong. You can't do that. Or that's wrong. That manager shouldn't have said that. Or just teaching managers how to better manage people and be more empathetic. I think, and I've worked for some big name companies in the past and now. And that's one thing that I'm constantly fighting, that corporate culture of how do how to treat people. It's something that we think is as simple, but a lot of people don't know how to master that, but yet they get promoted. I don't get it.
Well, I mean that's another conversation. Like
but that's something that I want to be able to do in the future.
I mean, and I think that's as far as changing the landscape, the job landscape, the job market that other countries get right, where they treat their people with respect and dignity and things of that nature. And I think that is a market for that because a lot of companies, if they adopted that, they would, they think they're making money now, they would make even more. Like I was watching a documentary, they were talking about people in Italy and they work for the car companies, and the car companies, they got like 2 1-hour breaks in an 8.5 hour day. They got they got 2-hour breaks, and then they got like 2 half-an-hour breaks, and they get like a 2-hour break for lunch. So they work at 5 hours, and then they off for 3 hours, but they get to go home. They don't even have a cafeteria or whatever. They would go.
They go home to eat.
Yeah, and then they come back. So exactly. So it's like.
But we get questioned when we got to go to the bathroom.
Exactly. So I mean, I'm interested to see, Ebony, where you're gonna go. Like I said, when I look for people to interview, I look for people that the big websites, the big YouTubers aren't covering, and even and people always tell me the same thing. Oh, why are you gonna interview this person or this person? Because the impact down the line of us having this interview and this conversation is going to carry over through the years. And when people are looking for this type of content, that I'll be one of the first people to bring that. And I think that in the day and age of the Instagram model, the dancer, the bartender, and the ladies like that, women who of color who aren't abrasive, who aren't radical, who aren't trying to start something online or being overlooked. And and brothers aren't having them on. Like I see a lot of guys that they'll have 20 male guests and don't have any ladies on, you know. And I feel like that's, we always talk about the black man versus the black woman. but we don't never do anything about it. So that's why I wanted to have you on. I appreciate and admire your work.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. Where can people? You got any shout outs first of all, and where can people reach you at?
Well, I want to shout out you for giving me this opportunity and looking, at what I'm doing. It definitely makes me feel like I'm moving in the right direction if people are noticing, so that's definitely a blessing. But I mean, people can find me on my Instagram, which is Ebony, spelled with a Y, _ Symone, Symone. That's mainly where I am, but I do spend a lot of time on Facebook. So my Facebook handle is Ebony Symone Irvin, which is my last name. And I also have a Facebook page that you can find there too, called Digital Entrepreneurship Coach with Ebony Irvin. So, you type that in, you should be able to find me relatively easy. And as far as my It Works business, really, you can reach out to me on any of those sites. You can call me or text me. So I'll give out my phone number. It's 404-759-8456. And if you're just wanting to check out, my products and the things that I'm selling, I will say that right now, skincare is 50% off. So hair, skin, and nails, which is one of our huge products. I use it. These are my personal real nails. I'm growing them, and I've been taking the supplements for 2 months. Those are 50% off. They're normally $33. They're $16.50. So it's a big sale going on. It ends tomorrow. So if want to reach out to me, definitely let's link up. Let's talk. And even if it's not about the business, I'm always wanting to network with young, fresh, like-minded individuals who are not afraid to put themselves out. And if you are afraid, still reach out to me because you have something to say. Each of us has something to bring to the table. And if you need help getting that out, like I said, I'm a digital entrepreneurship coach, and I am pursuing my master's in digital entrepreneurship. So I'm not just some random think I know it all type of person. I'm constantly studying, constantly learning, and I'm definitely pursuing that. So I should be done with school hopefully by the end of next year. If all goes well.
All right, and fellas, real quick, don't call her trying to hit her up.
Yeah. If it's not business.
Yeah, because Lord knows I don't want y'all to be up on this video. Thanks, y'all. Thanks. She's so fine. She's so pretty and all that. And then, thank you. What's her number again? Put it down here. We're gonna have the links and everything. But if y'all want to contact the inbox or be polite, don't be thirsty.
Yeah. But I mean, you know what? It's 2017. I'm not one of those people that I don't get upset by. You know what I mean? Stuff like that doesn't bother me. I just politely will tell you, hey, if you're not interested in the business or networking, we have nothing to discuss. And there is a little button called block. So it's all good.
Well, this has been Killzown Interviews with Ebony Symone. I thank you for coming on as a guest. Yeah. I want everybody to check. I want you to send me all your links or whatever. You text it to me or inbox. I'm gonna put them in the description box. I want everybody. If you got like any offer codes and links or whatever, send it to me and I'll put the link to the It Works portal or in your website as well. I'll put all of that down there in the description box, so people can check it out, take advantage of it. So
definitely.
Yeah. So. Make sure y'all like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Make sure y'all check out. We're gonna put Ebony's new YouTube channel so y'all can check out VerballyEbony. Make sure y'all like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Hit the notifications bell so you tell we upload and go live. This is DJKillzown Jones, Ebony Symone, Killzown Interviews, and we out, y'all. Peace.
Bye.